From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Well, as Arctic air expands across the central and the eastern U.S., bringing with it not only the coldest conditions of the winter in many areas, but also exacerbating problems where the power may be cut off for days. A lot of people will be turning on generators to provide power in the interim, but those portable power supplies can also be deadly themselves. So we're going to talk about the expanding cold temperatures across the southeast, as well as precautions that you should take to be safe once the power goes off and you crank that generator to life. So, along with the winter storm that is sweeping across the country, severe, prolonged cold will reach locations where a large ice storm threatens to cut power to as many as 1 million utility customers from Texas to Virginia. Temperatures dropped to 15 to 35 degrees below zero Friday morning from the Dakotas to Minnesota and Wisconsin. AccuWeather real field temperatures of 70 below zero were observed in northern Minnesota and 40 to 60 below zero in northern Wisconsin. Now, some of those same extremely low AccuWeather real field temperature values will be felt farther south and east this weekend. While the cold will not be as extreme to the south and the east, temperatures will still plunge anywhere between 20 to 40 degrees below the historical average. Now, at that level, high temperatures in the single digits and teens will be widespread in the snow area during the storm from Oklahoma, Kansas, and northern Texas, all the way through portions of Pennsylvania, New York, and New England. A slight temporary reversal in temperatures is forecast in portions of the Tennessee Valley and along the southeastern and mid-Atlantic coasts due to the early part of the storm's circulation from Saturday into Sunday. This is what allows a transformation from snow to ice and even rain in some locations. But the snow and ice produced by the massive storm this weekend will further aid the southward and the eastward spread of this bitterly cold air in its way. Where the heat is unavailable for an extended period, the likelihood of pipes freezing and bursting, leading to expensive water damage, will increase exponentially. Now, this includes overhead sprinkler systems, which became a major source of burst pipes during the February 2021 ice storm and the Arctic outbreak. When power goes out, many gas and oil furnaces still need some electricity to operate. Baseboard and heat pump electric systems will not function. AccuWeather's William Clark said, "Our meteorologists are increasingly concerned that extended power outages during extreme cold could become life-threatening. The sheer size of the freezing rain footprint means utility crews may struggle to concentrate restoration efforts in any one area. Long-duration outages, followed by repeated surges of Arctic air through the end of January and beyond, will significantly increase the risk of hypothermia, especially for vulnerable people, including older adults and those with medical conditions, and for those who have no heat. Once areas in the zone from Texas to northern Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia drop below freezing, well, they may stay well below freezing into Monday afternoon and may only spend a few hours above freezing during the afternoons next week. This may limit natural melting of ice and cause damp areas to freeze solid toward the end of the storm and during evenings into next week. In short, the ice and snow cover will persist for several days after the storm. Where runoff or moisture develop during the day, ice is likely to form at night. So, in the aftermath of a major winter storm, power can be out for days. A generator can keep essentials running, but it can also turn dangerous quickly if it is used in the wrong manner. The biggest risks are carbon monoxide poisoning, electrical shock, and fire. A few basic rules can help ensure a generator provides help, not harm, during a prolonged outage. Carbon monoxide is the most dangerous risk tied to portable generators. The gas is invisible and it is odorless, and it can build up quickly enough to overwhelm people in minutes. Every year, carbon monoxide poisoning sends more than 20,000 to the emergency room. That's according to the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Portable generators can produce enormous amounts of carbon monoxide, which is why they should never be operated inside your home, including inside garages, basements, sheds, or any other enclosed space. A generator should be set up outdoors in a dry spot away from doors, windows, and vents. It also needs room to breathe. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends leaving 3 to 4 feet of clear space on all sides to ensure proper ventilation. It's also important to recognize the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning quickly. These can include headache, dizziness, weakness, nausea or vomiting, shortness of breath, confusion, blurred vision, and a loss of consciousness. Anyone with symptoms should get to fresh air immediately and seek medical help. Experts also recommend installing carbon monoxide alarms on every floor of a home. Power outages after severe winter weather can create a higher risk of electrical shock, especially when snow, sleet, freezing rain, or meltwater is around. Generators should be kept dry and placed on a stable surface, not directly on snow or ice. If precipitation is falling, the generator should be protected in a way that still allows for proper ventilation. Now, another major danger is backfeeding, when a generator is connected to a home's wiring through an outlet. This can send electricity back into power lines, creating a serious hazard for utility workers and nearby homes. OSHA advises never to connect a generator directly to a home or building unless a qualified electrician has installed a transfer switch. It's also important to use heavy-duty outdoor-rated extension cords and check them for damage before plugging anything in. Generators and the fuel that powers them can also create fire hazards if they are not handled carefully. Generators heat up while running and can stay hot long after they are turned off. Fuel spilled on hot parts can ignite, so the safest approach is to shut the generator down and let it cool before refueling. Fuel should be stored in approved containers and kept away from the generator and other ignition sources. Fuels also should not be stored inside the home or near living areas. Following these safety steps can help keep a generator useful during a winter storm without putting your family at risk. That's all for now. You can find more coverage of this winter storm at AccuWeather.com, and for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back on Monday with more from AccuWeather.